Let us practice basic conversations in Tagalog. Before we begin with the basic conversation phrases, it is important to note that these phrases are in casual tone. Hence, it is important for us to consider who are we speaking to when we use these phrases. If we are going to speak to elders, authorities, or strangers, we must alter these phrases and insert the respect particles po or use opo and hindi po when answering. And it is also important to substitute the singular second person pronouns ikaw and mo with the plural second person pronouns kayo and nyo to make the tone more polite. For the first phrase, when we ask for someone's name, we say anong pangalan mo? Or if we want to talk to someone older or an authority, we say ano po pangalan nyo? If we are going to answer the question about our name, we say ako si and then our name, or let's say your name is Jane. We can say ako si Jane or I am Jane. And in order to be polite, or if we are speaking to elders or authorities, we can say ako po si Jane, wherein we inserted the respect particle po. One of the common mistakes that Tagalog language learners commit is that they insert I in the phrase. For instance, it becomes ako I si Jane. It sounds more unnatural and awkward. Hence, it is better to say ako si Jane or ako si and then your name instead. When we are asked about our names, it is often followed by the question about our age. And in order to ask that in Tagalog, we say, ilang taon ka na? Or, how old are you? And if we are going to answer that, we say, our age, taong gulang na ako. Or, it means taong gulang is years old, and then ako is me or I. So, if you are, let's say, 35 years old, you say, 35 taong gulang na ako, or I am 35 years old. Aside from our name and age, we are also asked about where we are from. And in Tagalog, we ask that as taga saan ka, or it means where are you from. And if we are going to answer that question, we say taga your location, ako. Or let's say you're from Cebu, we say taga Cebu ako. Now, if we also want to ask the person that we are speaking to about where they are from, we can simply ask them ikaw after answering their question. For instance, in the example scene, taga Cebu ako, ikaw, which means I am from Cebu. How about you? Typical topics in a conversation is about what one does for a living. And to ask that in Tagalog, we can say, ano trabaho mo? Or what is your job? Trabajo is job in English. And in answering that question, we have two options or two ways of answering it. First is, isa akong, and then your profession or your job. For instance, you are a teacher. We can say, isa akong guro. Or it means I am a teacher. We can also say, nagtatrabaho ako bilang your job. Or let's say you are a doctor. We can say, nagtatrabaho ako bilang doktor. Or I work as a doctor. If we want to keep a conversation going or throw the same question back, we will also, of course, ask about the person that we are speaking to. And to do that in Tagalog, we can say, ikaw naman, which is more of your turn or what about you? Or simply we can say ikaw, which translates to you or what about you. Sometimes ikaw can be accompanied by the question that we want to ask back. For instance, we also want to ask about their names. We can say, ikaw, anong pangalan mo? Or what about you? What's your name? Or if we also want to ask about their age, we can say, ikaw, ilang taon ka na? Which translates to, how about you? How old are you? On the other hand, if we want to end or if we are going to end a Tagalog conversation, we can say, ikinagagalak kitang makilala, which translates to nice to meet you. Or we can also say thank you, which is salamat or could be maraming salamat. Here are the other basic greetings that can be useful when we converse in Tagalog. For the first assessment, match the Tagalog basic conversation phrases with its English translation. For the last assessment, translate the following Tagalog conversation phrases to English.